story and give you guys updates as we get them. That public hearing begins at 6:30. Reporting live here in downtown Detroit, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, we understand they're saying that costs won't go up, but in terms of pressure on this grid, we know that for the last, 5, 10, 15 years, we talk about an aging infrastructure, and when severe weather comes, we worry about power outages. What about maintenance with more demand? Is that something that they've addressed as well?
Maintenance, power outages that you just mentioned, they are requesting information and just transparency on all of that. The protesters are. This is a lot of why they were out here, just trying to get their voices heard, and this hoping that this is why they hope that there's a more public hearing so that they can ask these necessary questions. But again, we're going to continue to stay on this and give you guys updates as we get them.
Yeah, you certainly hope these public hearings will be more than just people listening, but rather maybe perhaps considering some of the things that the public will say. We'll see. We'll watch it really closely. Lauren Edwards for us live tonight. Thank you. Also tonight at 6, the family of 6-year-old Riley Love now have to wait 3 more weeks before they'll learn if the men accused of killing him will go to trial. Today's hearing lasted several hours, but the judge says they're not finished. Detroit police arrested 3 men tied to a deadly drive-by shooting last summer where a stray bullet hit the child. Fox 2's Brandon Hudson with the latest.
Despite viewing home security video, which appears to show commotion tied to the deadly drive-by shooting which killed a 6-year-old, and sharing video of a Buick Envista that prosecutors say is tied to the crime, still no decision on whether Terrence Blue, DeMontre Wilson, and Deontay Cherry will go to trial. All 3 men who face first-degree murder and weapons charges returned to court Wednesday for day 2 of their preliminary hearing. During the hearing, a witness who knew Terrence Blue took the stand. Our Fox 2 camera wasn't allowed to reveal her identity, but she did reveal more about the character of one of those suspects, DeMontre Wilson.
Have you known Mr. Wilson to be a violent person?
No. I ain't never saw that man fight. I never knew for him to be a violent person.
Have you ever heard the term on the street where someone says he's not cut like that?
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say he's not cut like that?
He's not cut like that.
She also testified about a friend of hers in Blues who was attacked. Detroit police believe the fight is linked to the shooting. This past summer, police say a stray bullet hit and killed Riley Love, who was playing in his home. Prosecutors shared video of what they say is a Buick Envista tied to the shooting. Defense attorneys questioned whether the video evidence collected by DPD ties their clients to the crime.
Did ShotSpotter allow you to determine who was inside of this Buick Envista?
No.
Did the flock plate reader allow you to determine who was inside of the Buick Envista?
No.
Did the green light cameras at any point allow you to determine who was inside of that Buick Envista?
Yes.
The preliminary hearing will resume on December 22nd. In Detroit, Brandon Hudson, Fox 2 News.
Also new today, bond was denied today for a Pontiac man charged in the deadly shooting of his stepfather. 26-year-old Terrell Quayshawn Edwards is charged with first-degree murder and weapons charges. The victim was found shot to death in his salt truck over the weekend. Edwards was arraigned today. A not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. A Detroit officer hospitalized after accidentally shooting himself while handling his gun. Officials say the officer accidentally fired his gun this afternoon inside the Detroit Detention Center. No other employees or inmates were hurt. We're told the officer's wound is not life-threatening. The Detroit Police Department is launching an internal investigation. Well, it is cold now and about to get a lot colder because of an Arctic blast. Weather Authority Rich Luderman, gotta tell you, never a dull moment in your department, huh?
Pure Michigan, that's what it is, Roop. We're getting some snow showers this evening with our next frontal boundary, and you can see the deeper, darker blues indicating where the heavier snows are, up around Fenton and Hawley, up there along Interstate 69 in St. Clair County. Also, downriver areas, seeing a little burst of snow. We're not going to see much, but a coating is likely for a lot of us. How about these temperatures? 25 for us, 14 up there in Marquette. Then you factor in the breeze. A lot of us have wind chills in the middle teens right now, and some of these numbers may dip into the single-digit readings late tonight. How about a live look right here in Southfield? You can see 9 Mile Road, and there is just a coating of snow on 9 Mile. That'll be the case for most of southeast Michigan. Evening snow showers ending, and then take a look at what's coming up next. Breezy and cold tomorrow. Not much of a warm-up for the weekend. Remember, you can always get the latest forecast, the radar, the numbers, the wind chills, the Fox 2 Weather app. You can download it for free right now or anytime in the App Store or in Google Play. Roop, we'll see you with the 7-day in 10.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you. At 88 years old, most seniors are hoping to enjoy retirement, but one local Army veteran is working 5 days a week because he says he can't afford not to have a paycheck. But help is on the way. Let's get live to Fox News' Ingrid Kelly here now to explain. Ingrid.
Yeah, you know what? We've got a couple of social media influencers who are using the power of social media and a GoFundMe to have a major impact on this senior citizen's life. At 88 years old, Army vet Edmund Bambas often thinks of his past.
I graduated high school in '55 from Cass Tech.
Sometimes that past is painful because it's a reminder of what is no longer here.
Sorry.
Edmund's wife passed away 7 years ago, and much of his savings was wiped out as he cared for her when she was sick.
She developed atrial fibrillation.
Edmund says a monthly pension payout from his days working at General Motors is not enough to live on.
I get $300 out of that pension money. That's all. I didn't have enough money to survive.
So after serving his country, raising a family, and caring for his wife, this senior citizen now works 5 days a week at the Meijer in Brighton on Grand River.
I'm 88.
And still working?
Yes, I have to.
But when two social media influencers, Mike McKinstry and Samuel Weidenhofer, heard about Edmund, they paid him a visit.
So we put out a little fundraiser, and we're going to see where it goes.
To kick it off, Samuel, who was seen here, tipped Edmund $400.
Still have it in my pocket.
Still shocked by all the compassion, Edmund is thankful for all the kindness coming his way.
Thank you.
I hate seeing you cry. Inspiring for me personally to see his story and see what he does every day. I think everyone around the world is kind of seeing the same thing now.
Back out here live, if you want to help Edmund enjoy his retirement days the right way, all you have to do is go to fox2detroit.com. There's a link to that GoFundMe, and I believe he will appreciate anything people decide to give. Back to you, Roop.
Yeah, you feel for anybody who is, at that age trying to enjoy their life. But you think about the debt that we have for these veterans and what they do for us. The freedoms that we enjoy each and every day are because of these men and
Absolutely.
women. And so we owe them that, huh?
We really do. That's why when you see a vet, even a police officer, thank them for their service, because, again, that freedom that we know today and that we enjoy is because of them, because of their sacrifices. But again, caring for his wife, there were other life events, that have just prevented this man from really being able to retire and enjoy his life. And unfortunately, that's a reality for a lot of senior citizens. So kudos to these two social media influencers for using their power to do the right thing.
Yeah, using their influence to do good. That's awesome to see.
Absolutely.
Ingrid Kelly for us live tonight. Good stuff. Thank you. Well, doctors will tell you controlling your blood pressure can be a key to longevity. And HealthWorks, a new study that finds your sleep habits may play a big role in keeping your blood pressure in check. That story coming up. Hillary.
Might be a sad sign of the times. As things become more desperate out there, people turn to desperate actions. This was inside a food pantry in Westland. We're going to tell you what happened and why the people behind this are saying they are not going to stop being of service to their community. I'm Hillary Golston. The inspiring story is next.
And from an inspiring story to some good news for Detroit's big automakers, President Trump says he's slashing fuel economy rules and a boost for gasoline-powered vehicles. More on this big announcement ahead at 6. And a reminder, tomorrow night is a big night of football right here on Fox 2. It'll start at 7 p.m. with a special edition of Lions Game Day Live from Ford Field. The game will kick off just after 8 o'clock, followed by our post-game show with highlights and reaction from the locker room. You're watching Fox 2 News at 6. We'll be right back.